All right. I'm here with ZTR from GamerLegion at IEM Dallas after a hard-fought win over 3D Max. Tell me a little bit about how you're feeling after that result. What a game.
Yeah, it was I'm feeling very relieved right now after the long game, and I'm just happy we managed to get it over the line. It looked pretty shaky at times, but yeah, just happy now that we managed to win it.
It was a tough loss on Anubis. How do you think that you were able to turn around those other two maps?
Anubis has probably been by far our worst map statistically. So we said fuck Anubis and let's go Ancient now, which is one of our best maps. And then we managed to just reset, win Ancient, and then we were feeling good on Nuke.
Obviously, you guys are working with acoR this event instead of Slend. What has been practice been like with him, and has it been easy to sort of integrate him into the lineup?
Yeah. Wait, what? Can you rephrase that or re-say it? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's been about 6 months since acoR's played a game. Basically, has it been easy to sort of get him back into the groove?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. We didn't really put too much pressure on him, I hope, because we tried to keep it simple, just add a few maybe needed things on each map. And then most of the things we just let him do on his own and play his own game. And of course, it's gonna take some time probably to get into the hang of things, but I felt like he did a really good job today.
So you talk about not trying to put a whole lot of pressure on him. You guys are obviously, here with a stand-in. What is sort of the expectation for this event? You already have a win under your belt, but how far do you think that you guys can go?
I mean, we set the goal for this year in almost every event when we created this roster to we believe that we are a playoffs team, so we should try to make the playoffs every event, and whatever happens after that is we will see. It's experience for us. So I think even though we have a stand-in here, we had a talk and we said, we believe acoR is still such a good player that we should keep our expectations, but of course with maybe a small grain of salt.
So one thing I also want to bring up is that Slend as a player has obviously been receiving a lot of criticism. And I'm just wondering if that's something that the team is sort of keeping in mind. If things go well here with another offer, is that something that the team is going to think about when people are making changes during the player break?
I would not like to answer that question.
Okay. And then considering that this is your guys' final event for 2025, how would you rate your guys' first half of the year overall?
First half of the year, I mean, it's been a bit of ups and downs. I would say mostly ups. I think we made the first 2 or 3 events. We were 1 game away from playoffs. Then I think we made 2 or 3 playoffs now as well. But then there's been those pretty like shakeups with the MRQ going out 0-1-3 or something. We didn't make the major, and now before coming here we go out 0-3 when in an event where even not the top 4 teams weren't even there. So it's been ups and downs, but I think ending it here with a decent result will make us feel very, very good about the season so far.
Why do you think that Astana went so poorly as compared to Melbourne?
I'm not sure actually. Maybe we got our expectations too high because we started off the first game. We played against Spirit. We had chances in both of the maps. We ended up losing both of them 13-11, I think. And that maybe got our egos or our expectations a bit higher than a bit higher than it should be. And then we go on to lose against a newly formed Furia, which we don't really have that much information on. And then we end up losing against Hot U. So I think our expectations maybe skyrocketed after the Spirit game.
Gotcha. So that's going to be something that you guys are focusing on more for later events?
Yeah, try not to make the same mistakes. And I mean, that's the way of CS and maybe even life. Try to not repeat the mistakes that end up hurting you. So yeah, definitely.
All right. Thank you very much.